Ayo, back at it again with another video. Thank you all for watching. I greatly appreciate it. So, we have 2024 Senate elections coming up. So, this is the map of elections happening for Senate. Democrats that aren't running for re-election are 28. Republicans not running for re-election is 38. So, yeah, we got Chuck Schumer, Democratic Majority Leader, Leader of the Caucus. Mitch McConnell apparently is retiring as leader, so he's been Minority Leader, he's been Majority Leader. So I don't know who would take his place, but anyways, let's go to the first election, Arizona. Ruben Gallego versus Kari Lake. Apparently, Sinema is also running, which she has no chance of winning because she does not have the backing of either of the major parties. I'm going to give it a lean to the left. Kari Lake lost the gubernatorial race. I think the state of Arizona is leaning more to the left these days. California, Adam Schiff. I didn't realize he had won the primary. All right. Connecticut, Chris Murphy. Delaware. So Tom Carper is retiring. So Lisa Blunt Rochester. So that's pretty lean Democrat. Florida. Yeah, we're gonna go Republican. Hawaii, Democrat. Indiana, Republican. So Indiana, Republican. Hawaii, Democrat. Maine. So Angus King is a independent, but he caucuses with the Democratic Party. He's 2-term. He's running for a 3rd term. We're going to put Maine in light blue because we're going to identify that as Angus King, who's running as an independent but caucuses as a Democrat. Maryland. This is actually a very interesting Senate race. So 3-term Democrat Ben Cardin reelected with 64.9%, and then announced in 2023 he was retiring. So we have Angela Elsa Brooks versus Larry Hogan. Larry Hogan, I think, is probably the best choice for the Republicans to put up in the Senate race. However, I think Maryland does not vote Republican. I think Maryland votes Democrat. Larry Hogan has the name recognition, but I don't think Maryland votes Republican at the Senate level. Massachusetts, I think it's Elizabeth Warren that is up. She'll win that. Michigan, Alyssa Slotkin versus Mike Rogers. To be honest, I think they're both terrible candidates, but I'm going to go tilt blue. Personally, I think the Republicans should have gone with John James. He's been kind of the statewide nominee. Not a huge fan of Slotkin, but it is what it is. Anyways, Minnesota, pretty blue. Klobuchar, in 2018, she was beast mode. She got 60%. 2012 actually, 65%. She's got it. Got it in the bag. Okay, hold on one sec. Okay, there we go. Okay, yeah. Minnesota, blue. Mississippi, Wicker's got it. So we're at 38-41. Missouri, Josh Hawley, Republican. Montana and Ohio are very similar. Red states, but have three-term Democratic senators, Jon Tester and Sherrod Brown. Jon Tester, I think, the fact that Jon Tester has won 3 times as a Democrat in Montana, very impressive. I think he's going to get a 4th term, to be honest. So we have 2 in Nebraska because one, Deb Fischer, is up for re-election, and Ben Sasse retired. Well, he didn't retire. He resigned his seat and then became the president of the University of Florida. So 2 Republicans in Nebraska. Nevada, Jackie Rosen. She's got it. Bob Menendez got indicted on federal bribery charges and decides to still run for election even though he lost the Democratic primary to Andy Kim. And I think Andy Kim is the next New Jersey senator. I think the people of New Jersey probably aren't voting for Menendez. I think they're going to vote for Kim, but we'll see. Heinrich, he's 2-term. He's got it. New York, Gillibrand is up. So we're basically at 43-44. North Dakota, Kramer is up. Ohio, Sherrod Brown, 3-term Democrat, 2006, 2012, and 2018. He was reelected in 2018 with 53.4% of the vote, which is very impressive considering that that was a pretty decent year for Republicans. I think Sherrod Brown. So Ohio and Montana are a lot alike. Pennsylvania, Bob Casey, 3-term Democrat. I think he's got it. Rhode Island, Sheldon Whitehouse is running for re-election. He's got that. Marsha Blackburn has got that. So we're at 46-46, and to be completely honest, we're going to have a 50-50 Senate. Ted Cruz running against Colin Allred. First of all, I want to point out how terrible Ted Cruz did in 2018. The fact that Beto O'Rourke got 48% of the vote and Ted Cruz didn't even get 51% of the vote. The closest U.S. Senate race in Texas since 1978. So we're going to put Texas as red, but it's Ted Cruz, so he's not the strongest candidate. He's not that intelligent. Utah, pretty Republican. Vermont, Bernie. I think Vermont's going to feel the burn. Virginia, Tim Kaine. Yeah, he was, 2-term? He's got it. So we're at 48-48. Washington, Cantwell, 49-48. West Virginia, Manchin's not. Actually, hold on. Did he say he would? Okay, so he did not. He said he would not seek re-election. Okay, yeah, that's pretty Republican seat because Jim Justice is, I think he's a governor. Yeah. Wisconsin, Tammy Baldwin, I think 3-term? No, 2-term Democrat. All right. Wyoming, Barrasso. I don't know who's running, but Yeah, I think we're gonna have a 50-50 Senate, to be completely honest. I think Tester wins in Montana. Sherrod Brown wins in Ohio. I think the Democrats overperform. The Democrats actually do pretty decent when it comes to Senate races. Republicans have known to kind of not do as well in Senate races. Like, let's just look at Ted Cruz's election in 2018. Like, he should have run away with it, but he barely got 51% of the vote. I think Colin Allred is actually a really good choice for Democratic nominee. Um, I think it's going to be a close election, but I think it's still going to be lean Republican. Yeah, I have no idea why Menendez is even running. Jackie Rosen versus Sam Brown. Yeah, that's pretty lean Democrat. We got 2 in Nebraska. But yeah, this is how I see the map. And depending on who wins the election, so this is 50-50 Senate, how I see it. So if Republicans win the White House, then it would be Republican-controlled Senate due to the Republican VP. If the Democrats win the White House, then it would be Democratic VP. So depending on who wins the election, it would either be Tim Walz, president of the Senate, or J.D. Vance. And since J.D. Vance is also a senator, then that would also make a... So if Trump and Vance win the White House, then that would also be a Ohio Senate seat up for election. So that is how I see the election going in the Senate. Another 50-50. So that's just how I see it. The only reason why I marked Texas as light red is because, well, it's Ted Cruz. He's known to underperform. All right. I'll see you all in the next video. Deuces.